You didn't come here to stand on the same stages that you were burned alive on. Coming in with some magic on a random weekday for you. Listen, I was actually just taking a moment to reflect on the deepening of my own embodiment and essence and coming home to myself. And I was actually just on my Instagram stories doing some creation and sharing something that we have coming up. And I was like, whoa, it's that. And I just want to share with you this in between that can happen. And something that we're noticing more and more in the online space is the actual truth. And I don't know about you, but I have been in business and an entrepreneur for most of my adult life. When my oldest son, Austin, who is now 17, was about 14 months old, we moved from Florida to Mountain Home Air Force Base, Idaho, and I was terrified. I was terrified to put him in a daycare in a place that I knew nothing about. I knew no one, and that's true any military installation. And at that time, like, not to age myself, but like, truly, Facebook was just for college kids at that time. And I'm pretty sure I still had my MySpace at that point. Like, come into the DMs and let me know where my MySpace people are. Anyway, so I had started a network marketing company then, and it was at that point that I started doing, like, in-person events and, like, being really submerged as an entrepreneur. And what I've learned over the years is that, or what I've seen in the online space as it's grown more in the entrepreneur, especially in the earlier years of social media, was like this like glam and glitz, like yachts and airplanes and mansions and Lambos and like all of these fancy things like, Chanel bags or Louis Vuitton or like whatever, like extravagant vacations that were the representation of the success that that were being portrayed based off what they've grown. And I love that for the people that it resonates with. And, truth is, I always did want a beautiful home of our own to be able to raise our family in. And as a military family, like we're moving around often. And so it's not easy to like plant roots. But, so success always looked a little bit different for us. And though, we love the vacations and things like that, here's what we weren't being told in the online space at that time. The truth of it all. The truth is they're just showing the end result. But not often what has been shown is the shit that goes down behind the scenes. The duality of holding it all. And this is really what I want to like dive into here with you because I feel like this is such an important topic and I'm seeing a shift in the industry as there's more of the actual what's going on behind the scenes and the duality of running a company, even as a healer, coming to light. And I am obsessed with this because it seems like, people were just going from like 0 to 10K months and it was like super easy and there was no big deal, right? Or, whatever that number is for you or like that desire it is for you. And it was like, okay, well, for me, it's about the impact that I'm making. If you guys are inside of our certification program, like if not, like PS, you want to get trained in quantum illumination Reiki, just DM me quantum. I'll leave the information in the show notes. But for those of you that are in our certification program or that you've heard me talk about it here on Sacred Whisper, or you've seen me talk about it like in my IG lives, on TikTok, like on all the platforms, I'm like, no, this is about us rising together. This is about us linking arms and doing this together. I may have channeled this, but this is about us. This is not about me. This is about us healing the vibration of the world together. This is about us raising the frequency of the planet together. And it starts with you. And the butterfly effect of healing, just quickly, so I can try to stay on track here, Jim and I ping-ponging all over the place as we do. So the butterfly effect of healing is a concept that the butterfly, when it flaps its wing, it causes a tsunami across the world. So when we talk about the butterfly effect of healing, what I mean by this is a single decision that you make as a healer to choose to heal causes an impact, a frequency, a ripple, a wave that can't be seen with the eyes, or maybe you can't see energy, and that's cool too. But, like metaphorically speaking, can't be seen with your eyes, and yet the impact is made. That is such a beautiful and powerful awareness when we realize, like, oh, it started with me making a decision to heal and change and shift and just raise my own frequency. And yet the people that I come in contact with are also benefiting from this because it's in their awareness. And it's not up to us whether someone heals or forcing someone else to heal, but the way in which you live your life is an inspiration for others. Okay. So back to the duality. In the last month, I have navigated through some of the craziest shit behind the scenes. And real talk, last night, well, actually yesterday, like late afternoon, early evening, even though I had an amazing day, I just melted. Now, I am getting ready to go into luteal phase, like we know, like if you know, you know. So, emotions are just a little bit higher. Hormones be hormoning. But also it was just like, oh my God, I'm just like, there's so many different things. It's like not just one thing, it's like all the little things. And this is where I love mentorship. Like being in mentorship is so powerful and learning the ways in which to navigate or different ways to see things. And this is something I'm naturally really trained in, but also naturally really good at is helping see different lenses of situations and how to navigate different things. But I will say, even though we are experiencing so much beautiful impact and growth inside the company, there's also the duality that happens behind the scenes. Different, maybe tech things, sure, there's some tech things that go on, but on more than usual, right? Or just navigating various situations, planning things that we've never done before, navigating various things inside the company that we've never navigated before. In addition to this, I'm a mother of 2 boys. I am a military wife. And so there's a lot that comes with that as well. And so it's really this season of holding the duality and being okay with crying on the shower floor and then getting honoring how you're feeling and also moving forward with the crown on in alignment of your true north, in alignment with your soul's mission, your purpose, your passion, your path. There's so much to be said when you can be actually, there's a version of me that would have navigated this so differently. And there are definitely situations that I navigated very differently in this season, and it was stretch. It was no longer bending over backwards. It was boundaries. It was clocking people pleasing at a next level. You think that you have healed something, and then you actually step into a different arena than you have played in before. And it's oh, hi, let me peel this layer back again. And it was deciding that I was going to get on a specific stage and we were going to link arms and rise together and choosing the path in which I know my soul is guiding me and not choosing to make decisions from the version of me that I used to make decisions from, even if that version of me was 20 minutes ago. Truly, it's oh, okay, but I made this decision that I was no longer going to, for example, people please or let people cross boundaries or respond in this way or bend over backwards or these are some of the things, or like let overwhelm take over, etc. For example, and these, what I find very fascinating is like there's a quantum entanglement that happens with energetically throughout the collective, I think sometimes too, for sure. But also when you are in containers with other people, it's like I've navigated through certain things and then it comes up inside of the containers that I am hosting, the various offers, coaching programs, membership, even like our certification program. And then I clear it and I know how to move through it from a different energy and perspective and lens. And then something happens inside of our containers and I'm like, I know how to help you through this because I just went through this, right? And sometimes it doesn't happen this fast, but it's amazing because it's like, oh, I shifted, now they're shifting. And we get to quantum leap so much quicker. We get to heal and come back to our power and our remembrance and who it is that you're here to be. And so what I just want to remind you is as you are looking around at other people, as you were, first of all, as you were thinking about who it is that you're desiring to be and you're seeing there is a space between where you are and where you want to be. It's that in between that you have that decision on how you're going to move. This isn't just about journaling and meditating and visualizing, though I love that. I absolutely do that. This isn't about like the way you smell and the way you dress, though I love that too. I just went shopping myself and I was like, I want to buy clothes from future self. What would future self wear? And it was really fun and exciting to do. But it's more than just that. What are the decisions that you are making that are actually in the in-between? This is the wobble. Can we call this the wobble zone? We can play the wobble song. But we're going to wobble forward. And it's going to feel funky. It's going to feel stretchy. It might feel hard, tough. It might challenge you in the best way possible. There might be tears sometimes. I find the tears are further, but like not far and few between, but like there's more gap with the frustrations now or the like annoyance or like any of like those. Sometimes emotions can surface when different situations happen, especially if it's like bing, bang, boom. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. If you know, you know. Anyway, who says you can't be a healer and also just like whatever you want to like? Like, that's a conversation for a different day. So what I really want you to think about is the in-between, the void. This is the space between where you are and where you desire to be. No, it does not take weeks, months, years. You can decide who it is that you desire to be and get so much clarity on that. You can connect with your truest desires, your heart's desires, and this can shift and change over the years. And I'm willing to bet that it probably will, and that's okay because that's just you getting more and more clear. That's it. And I love that. I love that for you. And I love that for those that you're meant to serve. I love that for the world. But it's in the void where you have a decision to make on how it is that you're going to move. What are the decisions that you're going to make? How are you going to respond versus react? How can you move through it quicker, more efficient? How can you let yourself, of course, feel the feelings, get clear on what it's actually trying to tell you about, but then giving yourself permission to actually move from her, move from him, from that energy, from your future self, from your soul self, making those decisions from that lens, speaking from that lens. Because if that's who you desire to be, you can become them by making that decision now. And lovingly, why the fuck would we choose to stand on the same stage that we were burned at the stake on? Why would we choose to play in the same arena that we said we were no longer available for? Why would we continue to entertain what it is that we said we were no longer going to entertain and not move from the version of you that you actually desire to be. That is you. And you can do that now. Again, there's that wobble zone. Wobble with me. Go play that song and wobble with me. Move out the energy and then move forward. Move quicker. This is embodiment. It's not about the clothes you're wearing, the perfume or cologne you're wearing. It's not about, oh, it could be about what you're eating. Like, it is all about that stuff, but it's more about who it is that you're being, how it is that you're feeling, what it is that you're doing, and what version of you that you're actually moving from. So, come into my DMs, let me know how this landed for you. I want to hear from you. I love to hear from you. And if this is a level of depth that you are ready for, one, come into our Quantum Illumination Reiki certification program. Like, listen, we just did at the time I'm recording this, level 1 attunement for some of our healers. We've got a couple different attunements based on where they are in the program. And holy crap, like before even attunement, the level of quantum embodiment that's happening because of the high frequencies, 5D plus frequencies, healing at a subconscious cellular and DNA level. We're healing within the higher chakras, not the main 7 chakras that traditional styles of Reiki are healing at. This is about becoming, like releasing the frequencies that are not serving you so you can become the version of you that you know you're here to be. Because when you are able to alchemize the F out of those things that it is that you are no longer available, you can step into the frequency that you desire to be in with so much ease. And that's what happens inside of our certification program. Yeah, I'm giving you the keys. Yeah, you're getting the frequencies and how to utilize them and all the benefits and the attunement and the certificate. You're getting all of that stuff, the community, all of it. And it's a coming home to you. So just DM me Quantum. If you want to take this further, we have one spot remaining for our Embody retreat at this point. So just DM me retreat. And at the time I'm recording this, which is June 11th, that's crazy. How is it already the middle of the year? That's crazy. And just remember, and I just like anchor in this, I will not stand on the same stage that I was burned on. I will not stand on the same stage. I will not stand on the same stage that I was burned alive on. I choose a different path because I know I'm meant to go down that. I know that the path may be unsure. It might feel unsteady. It might feel uncomfortable. It might feel stretchy. But little by little, I'm illuminating that path. And I'm illuminating the path for those souls that are meant to follow. For those souls that are meant to be able to heal from the light and the gifts that I'm here to serve with.